All right. So you were telling us that you feel so good. Let me show your face properly. Yeah. You say you feel. Why do you feel strong? You feel good again? You feel good because
I walked out today.
you walked out today. This is what they hear, and they would then these men would tell me, "Oh, you're just lucky to find a woman who can work out."
What? That's crazy.
Did I have any part to play in you walking out today?
Nope.
No.
I did it for me.
Is that why they say I'm lucky?
When people say that you are lucky, it kind of makes it, I think it can be very belittling, in my opinion. Yeah. It's not as if I don't believe in luck, but I also believe that you have to do the work to get whatever you deserve. So when people say you are lucky, that's them trying to undermine what you have going on.
Yeah. And also, I think it's an attempt to discount.
Yeah, of course.
To discount attraction.
It is.
The idea that the way I move as a man, right?
Right.
It's you're attracting it. There's a part of hold on 1 second. Let me turn this thing back on. All right, good.
Are you happy with the position right now, baby? Are you too obsessed?
No, because
with this
it's a different. It's two of us now. So I want to make sure that they can see your face. Sorry, baby. Lola Ola, right?
Okay.
So there's an attraction dynamics that's always playing a role, right? There's a reason why you haven't lost yourself, why you feel the need to better yourself from time to time. That has a lot to do with me, how I move, and vice versa. There's a reason why I don't want to lose myself. I want to, and there's something you're doing to attract that in a partner. Right. You call it influence. You can think about it deeper than that and see if we can make something out of it. But I think that's But yes, speaking of, F them kids, right? Let me play this right now. Nice. Let's see. I'm gonna play this video. Voila. I'm so angry right now. All right, so you posted this video.
I love that video.
On Lola Ola on IG. Make sure you're following Lola Ola on IG, by the way. She posts all these funny videos from time to time, and I just laugh when I see them. But this baby is clearly disrespectful.
How is it disrespectful? It's a baby.
This baby, I can relate. Okay.
What? The baby wants what the baby wants. If you know that you're not ready to have kids, why did you have them? You have to share your time.
I had them because of legacy.
Because of what?
Legacy.
So you're not ready for the legacy beauty.
So they can continue my legacy, not take over my wife. Right? Not take over. But I want to know what thoughts was going through your mind when you decided to post this.
I just love it. I thought it was so cute.
It's not funny to me.
I'm sure it's not funny to a lot of men.
I don't find it funny.
They can relate to that, but for me, I thought it was hilarious. That's a baby for you. That baby can't talk. The baby can't walk. He can't do anything. The only way he can get what he wants is crying and pushing the father like he did. That's his power dynamic right there.
I think babies should not last more than 3 months
Larry.
in our bed.
What? That's unrealistic. What you need to do is train men how to have some patience with their wives, how to empathize. Imagine, baby wants mommy.
Okay.
Daddy wants mommy. Mommy is tired. She's exhausted, but she's still giving to these two people.
Okay. Let's do division of labor.
Is it mom? Look, I have to shout out all the mothers. Mothers are great. That's all I can say.
What
awesome.
we're going to do is do division of labor. That's what we should do.
Oh yeah, divide it.
Let's do division of labor. Okay. I will focus on sharing with men patience, like you said.
Please share.
You will focus on educating this woman about what kind of toll it takes on a man.
So,
if any at all. First of all, tell us, do you think it takes a toll on a man?
Of course. It takes a toll.
Elaborate.
It takes a toll on the man. I remember going to a baby shower. Mm-hmm. And anytime I want to give advice to mommies and daddies, sometimes I just focus on mommies and say, this is going to be rough. Mm-hmm. But you get it. Mm-hmm. Always ask for help when you need it. Mm-hmm. That way you don't lose yourself. But most importantly, out of all this advice I'm giving you, right, make sure you guys keep taking care of each other. Why? Because it's very important.
Right. Who do you think need that advice the most? Men or women? Husband or wives? It's not a trick question. Just tell me how you feel.
I focus on women when I say that.
You focus on women? When
I say that. Right. So I say that because I know there will be times that as a woman, you're so tired. You can't do it. You're not even in the mood. Because to be honest with you, when our babies are little, mm-hmm, and when me and you come together, mm-hmm, and you're touchy-feely on my boobs, I feel a little disgusted.
Now they know I love boobs. I think they know that already.
You know why I feel that? I feel like you're tampering with the baby's milk in that moment. Yeah.
You see?
And I used to tell you, baby, no.
You see where the title came from?
Leave that part alone. Every other part.
You see where the title came from now, eh?
Yeah, because in that moment, you're feeling like, oh, this is my baby's food. Why are you touching that? Give me time to finish breastfeeding, mm-hmm, before you start.
How much time exactly are we talking about?
You know how they promote breastfeeding for children,
which is
in today's world,
which is a scam.
I think. What do you mean it's a scam? It's good. It's okay. Good for your kids.
It's only a scam until they take over. Let me listen. Continue. I'm listening to you.
6 months is good enough. I think 6 months is fair.
See, I think children are narcissistic. I mean, just look at that baby. Okay.
That baby can't talk. The only way he can stand for himself is doing what he did. That he can communicate. He doesn't know any other way to communicate because you won't understand him. He was crying. Daddy didn't care. So he literally had to pull daddy's hair back and say, dude.
No, daddy cares enough to feed that damn baby. I'm talking about something else entirely.
I can feed that damn baby. Right? This is your baby.
Yeah.
We're talking about
you. My damn baby, right?
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Human beings are very selfish. I think men can be pretty selfish at times. And I feel like men can be very entitled. They can't even share in that moment. All this, your baby needs 6 months for breast milk. Yes, it's a sacrifice.
Different from Balablu.
I had to sacrifice my whole body to carry our baby for 9 months. I lost my shape. I lost everything. Like let me speak. My hormones were jacked up just because of this sacrifice I'm making for our family legacy. Now, the baby is came out full term. No disease, no wahala. Now you cannot wait come on 6 months. You can't do that.
Wait.
That little 6 months.
Wait.
So that our baby is good, gets all the nourishment he needs. Come on, man. How is that fair? It's not fair now. Yeah, you're not gonna like it.
Let me see what they're saying in the chat.
You're not gonna like it, but that's how I feel.
Because I'm not
Men and
liking
women
this.
need to work together.
I'm not liking this.
Okay, once we say we're having a baby, we have to sacrifice
Not
together.
to say, don't even start with them sleeping in your bed. Once they are used to sleeping with a warm body close to them, now
they love it.
See, these are
they love it.
These are the problems.
And to be honest with you, to be fair, I also love hugging my babies. I don't know. I feel like those first few years.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you hugging me instead of hugging your babies?
I love hugging you too. I love hugging you. But
Why is that
different
two?
ways.
Why is that two? I'm not
Because
just...
I still have to nurture my baby. That baby can speak. That baby needs
Tima
love.
says, this is why... Tima is the same person as Simba, by the way.
Okay.
This is why mom is always tired. Yeah, because you keep those babies... If you kick those babies into the bathroom somewhere, or put them in the guest bedroom, if you don't have you can use the guest bedroom. Put them there in a what do you call those things?
When they are
in the
sleeping.
crib. Put them in the crib.
When they are sleeping, you can
if
put
they
them
cry
there.
one night, they will get used to it the second night. But of course, you can't stand them crying for just 10 minutes. Right?
Because a woman, look, mothers, you can't just sleep there. Your baby is crying.
No.
We can't take it.
Black Diamond, I'm guessing this is a man. No baby is sleeping in my bed to your grip or Israel.
Lies on his period.
men and boobs now 6 and 6. They don't want to hear. I don't want to hear it. Listen, I can share the boobs for you to eat. That's about it. That's about it. You know those babies too that want to be playing with the boobs. About smart by anybody. Eat and you leave it alone. Yes? Jesus, MOP chill. Okay, I am chill. Okay, I'll chill. Oh no, Queen Ola, I'm siding with Ola here. Oh, see?
Who's siding with Ola? Is that a man or a woman?
No, she's a woman. Full-blown woman. Yes.
Why are you siding with Ola?
Because those babies don't need to be in the bed.
Nah, get out of here. Please.
You know?
I agree that they don't need to be in the bed. But do you know how hard it is to train a baby to be in the crib? How many times you got to get up in the middle of the night to go get that baby? And let me tell you, when I had my baby, I had C-section. I would carry my belly like this and walk to that crib.
Listen, when they don't even start with the C-section, because they gave us 6 weeks and I wanted to go 6 weeks. We said no, they didn't want to go all the way 6 weeks.
Wait, they gave us 6 weeks for what?
To wait, no Kerewa. Who said they didn't want to wait for 6 weeks, Kerewa?
Wait, are you throwing me under the bus right now?
Who said they didn't want to wait for 6 weeks every single time? Who didn't want to wait for 6 weeks?
So you see
who
that
did not want to wait 6 weeks?
You see that Ola is spoiled.
You're using me. You're using me. That's the problem. Me, I be firewood.
But you're still getting some.
Anyway.
Some people don't even get any for
You didn't answer the
months.
question. You see?
6 weeks.
She didn't answer the question. She didn't
decided-
answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the damn question. Okay?
You're murdering me out here.
Okay, continue.
Anyway, I said I didn't want to wait for the 6 weeks because I don't know, a woman has needs. I was in a mood, so. But you benefited from that.
So I be firewood. I said you used me. You said I benefited from that. I wasn't ready. I was pregnant too. I was pregnant too.
I beg you.
But anyway.
We're pregnant with food. Clearly, all the food I couldn't eat, you ate it all.
Just, yeah, it's wahala.
Babe, come on.
Just the same way you did not want to wait for the booster.
Exactly.
You're supposed to be on my side. Are you not a prestige family? What's wrong with you now?
You see? So you don't want to side me, Abby.
Anyway, I'll say this.
For us taking care of each other. But I'm also for us understanding each other.
I think like I always say, you know, while we're round this up, because I don't think we can finish this conversation right now.
You can't finish it.
Yeah, but I will concede a little bit, just a little bit, and this is how I will concede, right? You know, we talk about self-intelligence here, right? Self-awareness, okay? Just self-awareness. Just be aware that how you're feeling as a mother, it's not necessarily how the other side is feeling, okay? Just being that aware. It doesn't mean you won't be self and still want to be nurturing to your, of course, brand new baby too, right? A fresh
look at
baby.
That baby.
That baby is wrong.
So cute.
And narcissistic too, by the way. But it doesn't mean, but also a man needs to be aware. You know, there's a lot that goes on in a woman's body when they have a baby. That's when it's fresh, but even the nurturing thing that a mother has, it's the same difference between the love your mother has for you and your wife has for you. There's a difference between the love that she has for you and the love she has for those kids, that nurturing thing, right? And just being that aware will stay half of the battle won already.
Right.
And the rest of it's not nagging. Don't do what I just did in the last 10 minutes. It doesn't work. It will make it worse.
You have blue balls. Blue balls.
Blue balls. She said blue balls.
Blue balls.
Blue ball. You blah 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 blah.
Bala
Bala blue,
Yeah,
right?
you
But
have blue balls.
you would just end up with blue balls, and if anything, you need to engage the heart of seduction in that time period. So there's a need. Everybody cares about something. There's a need somewhere. If you focus on what her needs are, right, you will get carried away. Okay, you will get more than the typical man who will jump on the internet and say the woman is weaponizing sex. Focus on what the actual need is that she wants. Well, first, self-awareness. Understand that your need is not necessarily a need in any particular point in time, right? Even beyond the babies. If you understand that, I think you will be fine ultimately.
And I can't leave this topic without saying shout out to all the men, okay, who are on night shifts with their wives as we speak, okay? They take shift. Like mommy gets 4 hours, I tender to the baby. Daddy gets 4 hours,
Yes.
I tender to the baby.
Yes.
We have men now on paternity leave. Come on.
Yeah.
You have to be engaged.
Women need to be aware that they have a natural tendency, not necessarily intentionally, to put their children over their husband. Am I lying?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's kind
So,
of
it's,
natural. But we need
yeah.
men to understand that it's not wickedness. It's a weakness.
Right.
You gotta point that out.
Right.
I didn't mean to do that. But this is where I found myself.
Yeah.
Pressure to Wabai. I'm the one going through it.
Pressure to what? Yeah. So if you know these things, especially on both sides, if you both know that, you're definitely already winning. But all it takes is one person at least. You start with one person. You start the dance with one person. You don't wait for two people to know at the same time. That's one of the unrealistic expectations that people have of marriage. Oh, that we both do it, and I always remind you that just you knowing enough and then focusing on what their need is will create the dance you're looking for. If you're waiting for you should just know, you might just be waiting for a long time.
Forever.
Yeah, but they have a need. If their needs are satisfied, if she's a good woman, she's a good man. Especially not just good. Like, forget the good thing I just said. Competent.
A lot of
If
people
she's a
are good people.
and there's too many people that are good people that are suffering. Good and competent, right? If a good and competent man or woman, they will be able to detect that their need is being taken care of. Particularly, they want to give you that credit, but they also want to reciprocate. And it's sweeter when it's reciprocation as opposed to, oh, we spoke about it and we were both intentionally and then we meet simultaneously. First of all, it doesn't exist. Second of all, yeah, no, I'm dramatic, right? First of all, it doesn't exist. Second of all, it's sweeter when you feel like you earn it or when you feel like they actually gave it to you. Those two, it's sweet. It's sweet. When she said, you're coming upstairs, it's sweeter than when I'm begging for it. Okay, or I feel like it's sweeter that way because it's an indication that I've earned it. It's also her giving, actively giving, and as opposed to, there's nothing wrong with schedules. I'm just telling you the other one is sweeter. There's nothing wrong with schedules.
Let me tell you something. People will be like, schedules kill. But at least it gets you to your desired outcome in the moment. Yeah. Whatever you have in that moment, make the best out of it. During this baby period, there are times you will have to schedule to get your stuff together. Yeah. Take advantage of it, guys.
So if she's completely numb to you waiting, trust me, if you've, the love languages book, right? The love tank, right? If you've put enough in there, it's okay to say, babe, what's going down, right? What's going down? Somebody said, Shewa.
Abi.
Shewa. Shetty ready.
Uncle Adanti.
She says, you like Shewa.
She just tell her husband, Shewa. And the guy gets it.
And the guy gets it. It's like, it's time to go down. These days, there was one point I was like, I want to fuck.
Oh, yeah.
There was one time I did that, right?
Yeah.
There was a face I did that, yeah.
But there are times like that is sexy, and there are times like, how dare you?
Right. So it depends. It depends
You
on
gotta
what's going
read
on.
the
Right. It depends, But whatever your language is, you need to make because it depends on people to people, right? You gotta make sometimes you have to just make your intentions known, right? Like, hey, tonight, that's another one, it's completely, it's open, but read the room. That's a very important thing, right? You need to read the room before, if you haven't done anything that's kind of like you gave that you can remember of recent time, you probably want to do that first before you go say,
what
I want to
about
fuck.
giving freely? Because I feel like people tend to give outsider freely than their own relationship.
Right.
Like when you give to
That's
your
true.
spouse, you're kind of entitled that, but I gave you now. Why won't you give me? No, you have to. When you love
That's true.
someone, you have to give them grace. Give them freely.
So here's the kicker. Here's the pushback against that, right?
Okay.
When anyone or anything is readily available, we'll take it for granted.
True.
Right? We get complacent, right?
Don't be predictable. That's the
Right.
part I say people need to pay attention.
Yeah. So I would say this is a part you might need to be intentional about, right? Like, because naturally you might just be complacent. Everybody's living life. This is your wife. She's not going anywhere. This is your husband.
Okay.
You're not going to go anywhere. You're just, so you kind of forget, or not exactly forget, but 3 weeks just went by. You have to be intentional about that. Don't do that.
After 3 weeks, can I say something? That could really get awkward if it's not without
it gets
travel.
worse. It gets worse.
It's not as if you traveled somewhere and you'll be back in 3 weeks. I know it's
If we have a dry spell,
but you have a dry spell for 3 weeks.
No. If we have a dry spell after 4 days, I'm saying something.
Of course, you're saying something.
Yeah,
You
I'm
already
saying
know Allah what's what he wants. You don't know him.
I'm saying something.
He wants what he wants.
Yeah, I'm saying something.
Of course, 4 days.
Yeah, and saying something is not necessarily verbally. Okay, it's not necessarily verbally, but
You're saying something or you're washing pots. I've been saying it sometimes. I'm like,
why are you making it sound like I did just the wash pots just for some pussy? No. Stop the cat, baby.
No, when you're doing that, I actually feel, I'm like, oh, that's so cute.
You know what I do
Now
that
I
for
wanna-
all these days?
Now I want to do more.
Let's
for
be
you.
honest. Who do I do that for these days? It's not even
You
no
do it
longer
for
you.
Tony?
I do it for Tony.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Right, I do for Tony. But yeah, I will watch, but it's very it's a mindset thing, right? It sounds weird when you say you're doing it for some pee, right? But it's bigger than that. It's deeper than that in reality of things, because again, that one pot can serve the next 3 months, because I might not wash pot for the next 3 months.
Right.
Oh, so you're just gonna wash some pots because of pee? No, you don't get it. You're not getting it.
Why is the washing of pots? Why is that? Why does that make me tickle sometimes? Why does that
that's
get
your
to
love
me?
language.
Because
We're gonna get
I'm
to
an act of service person. So
we're gonna get to
when
that.
you do
Because
something
we
for
have
me-
a subtopic coming up about that love language thing, right?
Right.
But let me just address some of this chat here really quickly.
Yes, please.
Gracious greatness can relate, of course. Body no be firewood.
Yes, sir.
Gracious. Everybody gets their own needs. You suppose help each other now. Small compromise, yes. That just makes sense in any type of relationship that
Yes.
designed to be symbiotic, right? That just makes sense, right? It's fun having Lola on the show. She's so lovely, bro. You're lucky. I am lucky.
Oh my God.
I am lucky. I would never
goodness.
discount that.
Thank
fact.
you, Black Diamond. I appreciate that.
Let me tell you something.
It's blessed.
This is some of the trickiest thing, right? When you're engaged in conversations around kind of manosphere topic a lot,
Right.
these motherfuckers can start to make you feel some type of way.
Oh my God.
Right? Like you want to say something, but you're like, let me shape this so that it doesn't sound like, no, fuck you. Because I will say what I want to say. I will never discount the fact that I'm a lucky man to have a beautiful wife. Guess what else I will not discount?
I appreciate you, babe.
Oh, thank you, babe. Guess what I won't discount? That it takes work to be here.
I does though.
Don't listen. If
You
you're
don't know what
not
it
a
is.
competent
You don't
man,
know me, oh.
you won't be lucky. Let me just let you know right now, okay? Just being good enough is not good enough, okay?
No,
If you are good enough for yourself, that's for yourself. If you want to be a virgin, that's good for you. You can go to heaven. If you want to, all these different
no.
things, holier than thou thing you want to do, is probably making you come off as lame anyway. That's not good enough.
Why is being a virgin taking you to heaven? Are you?
I'm
so-
guessing that's what some people think. I don't know. Wherever you're getting, no, I don't know. Wherever you're getting out of being a virgin is for you. Okay, not for the other person.
It's for you now. It's always for you.
Yeah, let's just be
It's
clear,
our society that made it such a like it's such a moral thing. It's for you.
Yeah. Let's see. We're spoiling you. What do you mean? How do you are you a virgin? How do you deal with Kira when you're not on the same page? So if you have questions, had a cue behind it.
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Ola, women love to be served sometimes. My husband arranges the bed when he wants some. That's a good point.
That's nice.
That's a good point. Even better for me now, I can send those boys go and arrange my bed, and she will think it's me.
Can you imagine? Now you're using my kids.
And I would tell them, don't tell her.
I better not know.
So for those of you that want to enjoy your life for the next 5 years before you have children, see, that's another that you probably should be careful about that. You probably should, as soon as possible, just natural order of things. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, life is not waiting for anybody. Okay?
No, it's not.
But there's a lot when you build a family. It's leverage in a lot of ways. It's work. Obviously, you have to earn it, right? Obviously, kids, nobody, anybody's mate. It takes a lot to raise kids.
That's true.
But once you go past those first 5 years, right? If you do a good job raising them, of course, that's another skill set that we'll cover here a lot. If you do a good job raising them, it's leverage. You're not going to be using them, but you're going to be training them. And how they participate in activities and stuff like that is actually how you're training them, not just talking, right? So you will see a lot of opportunities that will show up in places where you can literally, train them, take the advantage, train them, but also leverage it for a little bit of a soft life for you and your wife. For example, my wife and myself, we don't have a problem with date night. We could do it literally anytime. Okay, because the big boys can take care of the little one, right? That's leverage, right? So again, there's so many ways you can think. When you fight against the forces of nature, you will suffer. Ladies, especially if you fight against the forces of nature, you gotta be careful with doing that. We're evolving. We also nurture. We create new social set of standards and stuff. But you gotta be careful when you're pushing too hard against natural order of things, right? If you time to get married, you want to wait until you're 45, unless it's circumstantial. Don't do that to yourself. Or you're just like, oh no, I don't need to worry about. No, you need to worry about anything that takes time, because time is literally life. Oh, let me just enjoy ourselves like it. You're acting like you're God. You're not God. You're not God. What I'm suggesting is that consider not doing that. I don't advise it. I don't advise.
You don't advise waiting when you get married?
No, I don't advise waiting. You don't even know if God is going to make you wait. You don't know that. It's arrogance. It sounds like arrogance and pride to me.
You think it depends on where they are at that stage in their life? Because not everyone that gets married are in a good financial position.
They shouldn't have gotten married.
Okay.
Yeah. They shouldn't have gotten married.
Sometimes people believe, let's build together.
Yeah. If it's that important, I don't think finances should stop you from marriage, right? Unless it's extreme, like you can't take care of yourself, right? Like especially as a man, you're still living in your father's basement. No, you're not ready for that, right? And how long does it take to be ready? No, your life can turn around in like 6 months. You just have to be a little bit aggressive, right? And you'll be ready. But you gotta be able to take care of yourself and a few other people, right? So, but if you're married, circumstances changed. Let's say you lost your job right after, that can happen.
Yes, after your wedding.
It actually happened to us. You remember?
When the market crashed?
Yes, right? Like literally, like a whole lot of money, right? And then 2008 happened, right? So, but we still had children, okay? Because we can eat. That's not a problem. I got family members. It's not like I'm depending on them. It's just that, again, but it could be extreme. Let's say you live by yourself and there's no family around. It could be. Then that's an exception to the situation. In that way, you want to make sure. But again, like I said, it takes 6 months to really turn things around if you're aggressive enough, or even less. But if you say, we're just gonna do a couple of years, but like, why are you acting like God? I get it. Like, let's enjoy ourselves. No, the enjoyment is going to come down the line.
Yeah, because to be honest, when we got married, I got pregnant on the honeymoon.
Mhm.
That wasn't planned, but it happened. And to be honest with you, the benefit of that I'm reaping right now, when people see me and they see my son to me, and to me is taller than me, people are like, oh my God, that's your kid. Like, oh,
Yeah.
like, well, I put in my work.
Yeah.
When I was carrying my belly around with people were, people were like, okay, do you have to be pregnant now? Because what?
Yeah.
I was 26 then, you were 27.
Yeah.
So imagine they're looking
Yeah,
at
it
us
seems like we're young. Yeah,
what's the
yeah,
rush?
yeah.
But we are actually enjoying.
Yeah.
that
I think I wasn't,
conversation.
it's not like I was intentional. I'm saying it right now because I'm privileged to share it. So I can't act like I knew it, but I'm traditional in that sense. Like, if I'm married, what am I waiting for?
Yeah, you're
You know?
ready. Just said I'm
But
ready. I'm ready.
I think a lot of these rhetorics are coming from a place of when a woman has gone through a terrible phase in a marriage.
Not true. She's
When
funny.
a woman has gone through a terrible phase in a marriage, right? One of the first things she gravitated towards is that maybe because I had kids too early, we didn't get to know ourselves. Maybe we're not. One of the things is we're not compatible. All this stories you start telling yourself. And when modern men hear that long enough, they actually start to buy into it, just like they're buying into equality in the family structure right now.
Right.
They start buying into it. But in my opinion, my very humble opinion, I think it's a push against nature. When you're doing marriage, you will go through a phase. It's inevitable. Doesn't matter.
Challenges and all
The
that.
challenges will
No
happen.
one talks about that. I
Yeah.
think that's why.
Yeah. That's where it's
Paint a
coming from.
Beautiful picture of
Yeah.
marriages.
Right. No, you should have waited. Why did you have kids so early? You will have single friends that will actually tell you that. Both men and women. Why did you get married so early? So, and I've processed it. I've taken the time to process it. Okay, maybe they have a point. But I'm like, first of all, you're assuming that if you wait a little bit longer to have kids, you won't go through crisis in marriage.
Yeah.
That's a terrible assumption.
It's still gonna happen anyway.
Everyone start from ground zero. You could get married at 45, 50 if you want. You can start having kids at 55 if you want. You start at, these are things that in the grand scheme of things, right? It takes grace. No, competence too, but it takes grace, right? First of all, to have children is a blessing.
It's a blessing.
We have kids, we're just gonna have sex. Well, there's a lot of women, I think 1/3 of women will struggle with fertility issues.
You're gonna have miscarriages.
Right?
It's hard out there.
So this idea that you can just put it on hold, I'm not saying it's absolute. I'm just saying
Yeah, I think not an absolute is a great idea.
yeah,
Because I don't think it's completely terrible.
yeah,
But this is what I always like people to know. Okay?
yeah.
Whatever your actions are, you have to be ready
For the
for
consequence.
the consequences.
Yeah.
Whether it's good, whether it's bad,
Yeah.
you have to take the consequences. And that's just what it is.
Let me say, good point, baby. Yeah, I don't like speaking in absolute for that reason, but I also want to
because
offer
there
some
are
things that I feel
situations.
strongly on. I'm like, what you're trying to solve for, it's not solved for. Let's wait so that we can avoid, and let's wait so that we can enjoy ourselves. Like, no, you're missing out. You're missing out into the future. Imagine you're 45 and those kids are now going into college, right? And your body is still solid. I'm also assuming that you'll be 45 and alive. I get that.
Oh my gosh. You gotta say it like that.
I mean, if you want to go extremes,
Oh Lord.
well, of course you're praying that you'll be solid at 45, 50. But when you are still agile at 50,
You won't
55,
live long in
and your
Jesus'
kids, amen.
That's the Nigerian in me.
It's true though. We all live in Jesus' name. Live long. But, imagine if you're still agile and these kids are off to college and you can now travel the world, right? Not only that, you're doing better even financially in your career, right? And imagine that, right? So maybe I'm off. Share with me in the comments, anything like that. I could be off. Maybe something I'm missing here, but I haven't heard enough to convince me that it's a smart idea to wait too long. Let's say too long to start creating a family if that's what you want. I'm talking about only people that want that. If you don't want that, discombobulate everything I just said. Okay, if you don't want to build a family, okay, but don't go into marriage saying I don't want to build a family and the other person is fantasizing about it. That's a bad idea. Don't do that to anybody. If you know you don't want kids, be upfront.
You have to be upfront.
Okay. If somebody said, I'm not sure if I want kids, don't go into marriage with them. Okay?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's a big red flag.
Yeah. Nati says, when I hear my husband say, babe, not cook, I will order food for us. It implies I don't want to hear you are tired.
He's like, save your energy.
Oh, sharp badge. Oh, yeah, where sharp badge? You get him. Yeah. Yes.
Wise man.
Oh my God, Natu, he's doing well. He's doing well. Or when he does not want to say he's sorry, he will wake up and clean the whole house.
Oh, that is so cute. Even though you should still say sorry.
No, the best apology.
But I love it. It's change behavior. I like
behavior,
it.
right?
I like it.
Yeah, the best apology is change
I'm not mad
behavior.
at that.
Don't get it, Baje. Oh, Lola, we are from same school of thought. There are actions and followed by consequences. Yes. You could do what you want. But don't forget to remind yourself there's consequences. You know? Yep. Don't forget that. But yeah, let's pay a little bit of bills and then